Many of you have asked us to tell you more about clinical studies. Here are some facts to help you better understand clinical trials and facts you may have yet to learn. Let's start with some basic facts. Clinical trials are a vital part of developing new drugs and treatments. These trials help determine the safety and efficacy of new medicines before they become available to the broader public. There are 4 phases of clinical trials, each with a specific purpose. Phase 1 focuses on safety. The main goal is determining whether the drug is safe for humans and how the body handles it. A small number of volunteers, researchers confidently examine the drug's metabolic process and its effects on the participants, usually between 20 and 80 healthy volunteers. Researchers confidently discuss the drug's metabolic function and its effects on the participants with diligence and precision. Phase 2 focuses on the drug's efficacy, whether it treats a specific condition or disease. Trials can be randomized, which means researchers randomly allocate the drug and placebo. They closely monitor participants with a specific ailment or condition for the medication's effects and document the findings. Phase 3 involves confirming the effectiveness of the treatment and monitoring any potential side effects. Researchers demonstrate the medication's effectiveness and safety in a larger group of individuals. This phase engages thousands of patients and can span several years. In this phase of clinical trials, scientists closely monitor how the drug affects different groups of people and track long-term side effects. Let's speak about Phase 4. After the drug is approved and publicly available, Phase 4 tracks its long-term efficacy and safety. The trial continues as a broader and more diverse population uses the drug. Scientists monitor any new side effects or problems arising after prolonged use. Each phase of clinical testing is essential and helps ensure our drugs are safe and effective. Patients participating in clinical trials play a vital role in developing new treatments and medicines. You undoubtedly didn't know that clinical trials have many benefits. Oh yes, a lot of advantages. Let us explain to you. One common thing is early access to new treatments. Patients can gain access to new, potentially effective drugs that are not yet available on the market. This possibility for new treatments can be especially beneficial for those with conditions that do not respond well to existing treatments. Also, one of the great benefits is close monitoring and care. Participants in these trials receive very close medical monitoring, often getting more attention and care than in standard treatment. This monitoring can include thorough examinations and frequent health assessments. Let's see more of the positive sides of clinical trials. By participating in Phase 3 trials, patients contribute to medical research and the development of new treatments. Their participation can help future patients by providing valuable data on the effectiveness and safety of new drugs. Oh, remember the costs. The experimental drugs are accessible to the patient without cost. This can be a significant advantage, especially if the drug proves to be effective and is expensive or not covered by insurance. Consider safety above all, because patients are given detailed information about the potential risks and benefits before participating. This informed consent process ensures that they are aware of what participation entails. And yes, the following is among the most important for the patient among the many benefits. Since researchers have already established initial evidence of effectiveness before starting Phase 3 trials, participants may experience improved health outcomes compared to current treatments. In addition to all the benefits, we must be aware that, like any drug, whether it is a clinical study or approved by the EMA and World Health Organization, participating in a clinical trial has risks, including unknown side effects or ineffective drugs. Patients should discuss with their healthcare providers to understand the risks and benefits. Last, let's talk about common truths and myths about clinical trials. We will list the actual facts first. Clinical trials are heavily held and monitored for safety and ethical standards. They must adhere to strict guidelines set by health authorities. Clinical trials are vital for developing new treatments, drugs, and medical devices. With them, medical advancements would significantly improve. Also, clinical trials typically proceed through several phases, each designed to answer research questions about safety, efficacy, dosage, and side effects. Placebos are often used in trials to provide a comparison for the active drug. Let's talk about the most common myths and misconceptions. Many believe that researchers treat participants like guinea pigs. In reality, ensuring participants' safety and obtaining informed consent are top priorities. Some patients think that clinical trials offer immediate access to miracle cures. In reality, trials provide access to new treatments, but their effectiveness is not guaranteed, and they are part of a research process. It's a myth that clinical trials are only for patients who have exhausted all other treatment options. Tests are available for a variety of conditions and stages of disease. While confidentiality is crucial, total anonymity isn't always possible. Researchers may need access to certain health information, but this is just under strict confidentiality agreements. While confidentiality is crucial, total anonymity isn't always possible. Researchers may need access to certain health information, but this is just under strict confidentiality agreements. Did you know that not all clinical trials test for new drugs? Some might try new ways to use existing treatments or new approaches to surgery or therapy. Understanding these truths and myths is crucial for patients considering participation in a clinical trial and for the general public to appreciate the role and nature of clinical research in healthcare. Remember, the future depends on us.